People love to use Airtable because Airtable makes it really easy to have lots of different data about your company. You can have people and tasks and projects and inventory, and all of these link to one another, and Airtable makes this really easy to do. But one major complaint people had about Airtable is if you have a table, say contacts, and you want to link that table back to itself. So imagine a use case where you want to have an organizational chart of who reports to who in your company. You might have VPs and then directors underneath the VPs, and then you've got managers, and then you've got frontline workers, and you want to be able to show those relationships. Those are all contacts linking to other contacts. Or another use case is for a CRM. If you're trying to model out different account hierarchies, maybe you have a global headquarters, and then you have regional offices, and then you have local offices. Again, these are all accounts, and they're trying to link to one another. And this experience just didn't work out very well in Airtable. There were some workarounds. Some people created some scripts that you could use to try to keep these linked records in sync, but it just didn't feel like it had the same love and attention that you'd expect from something that's coming from the awesome design team at Airtable. So there's a new feature out from Airtable that makes this just a much better experience, and it's super simple to do. Hi, I'm Dan Lehman from AutomationHelpers.com, and we help companies like yours get automated with portals, apps, and integrations. So let's try to model out that hierarchy of contacts. Now, just to show you, I'm on a contacts table, and to show you what this would look like typically for contacts related to a different table, like tasks, you can see we've got a linked relationship, and we show our tasks. And if I go on tasks, we automatically have the inverse side of that relationship created. This is our assignee. So this first task we have assigned to Sophia, and if I were to access out and remove her as the assignee, and I go back to my contacts table, look, that automatically updated that for us. We didn't have to then delete it from the other side. That's just how Airtable works. It always keeps it in sync for us. And then the same thing back on tasks, we could click and reassign it to Sophia and head back to our contacts, and there it goes. It's populated for us. That's what we call a backlink, and it's not the same as an SEO backlink. It just means that the two records are connected. We can click into that task and easily see the task record, and Airtable just makes this really easy to use. So now let's see the new experience if we were to link a contact to another contact. Let's create a new field. We'll press the plus button. We'll click on Link to Another Record, and we're going to choose the contacts table. We're on the contacts table, and we're choosing the contacts table. I'm going to call this field Manager, and we're not going to allow linking to multiple records because presumably you only want to have one manager, and that manager is going to have multiple direct reports. So let's go ahead and create that field. We'll skip any lookups for now. And so we have our new field, and we can come into our hidden fields, and we can see there is a hidden field for this From Field Manager. This was automatically created for us when we created the Manager field. Now, presumably, we want to give this a different name. It's nice that they put this, but From Field Manager probably isn't the clearest way to say that we want direct reports. So I'm going to relabel this to Direct Reports, and this side we are fine on saying Allow linking to multiple records. Let's go ahead and save it. And now let's go ahead and test out the experience. So let's say that Sophia is the head of design, and that the other people who are labeled with a role of design are going to report to her. So we could do this actually on either side. We could say, let's add a direct report of Aria, and we can select Aria. And now notice it automatically populated the manager, the inverse relationship. So now Aria is linked to Sophia. Sophia is the manager, whereas Aria is the direct report. For the next direct report, let's try doing it the other way. Let's now instead add Sophia directly. And when we tab off there, we can see, again, this individual is added to the direct reports. So we can do this on either side of that relationship. So the beauty of this is now we have one linked relationship, but it's represented on either side by these two separate fields, which means that we can easily group this and sort it and everything just the way we would if we had a relationship between two different tables. Okay, I quickly went and modeled out all of the other relationships here. So essentially we're saying, let's say Andre is the CEO, and Andre has 3 direct reports, Sophia, Malik, and Isabel. And then they all have their direct reports. So in this case, we essentially have 3 separate levels within the organization. So now we still get access to all the other awesome features of Airtable. Like we can come and group this, and we can group this now by the manager. And we can see that Andre doesn't have a manager, so maybe we just want to collapse that. And now we can see who else are the managers and the team that's directly reporting to them. So here's our top level team, and then each of those individual managers and their team. So this was just a quick little feature enhancement, but honestly, it's some of these small feature improvements that we see from Airtable over time that makes it such a great tool. If you have any questions about your own Airtable setup, don't hesitate to reach out to our website at automationhelpers.com, where we're offering free 30-minute consultations.